Hello, it's Jake here to check out a blaster from a brand new company that approached me to check out a few of their blasters, and that is called Big Power Electric. They're on Amazon, and the first one I wanted to check out is what they call the Big 531. Now, their name, of course, does 100% sound like some sort of a nefarious corporation from an animated series. Big Power Electric. But what it really does is it's tied into what they do. Their main focus is on flywheel blasters. You know, Big Power Electric. So, electric powered. But the 531 is supposed to be a full-size, kind of full-featured flagship blaster. Now, I wanted to check this one out first because when I actually got this thing out of the package, I was kind of taken back by, I mean, look at this. Can I get it all on camera at once? Maybe? If I stand 10 feet back from the camera. But what this thing is a surprisingly full-scale blaster. And it's retailing for $45 on Amazon currently. And for your $45, if you decide to plunk that money down and order one up, you get the 531, which comes with a front barrel attachment that is quite lengthy. The included scope, a very nice full-size stock that is very durable, actually. Very flex-free and durable. You get 2 of the mags, 100 of their darts, these little goggles, we'll call them goggles, eye shields, get to those later, and 3 of these little manual targets. They're not the auto pop-ups, it's just simply hit them, they fall down, you have to set them back up. But you get 3 of them included, and they do interlock into each other. You also do get the batteries included. It takes 6 AA's that you install over on the left-hand side, 1 Phillips screw, undo it, put your 6 AA's in, and seal it back up. Now, one thing that also, outside of the scale of the blaster, which it is, substantial. That thing is a big blaster. Outside of that, this thing actually felt very solid when I picked it up and started using it. Because when I test my blasters that I get, I chronograph them, use them, do mag changes, check fitment of other accessories if it's cross compatible or not, run a few hundred shots through them to get my chronograph averages, run around and do some plinking and maybe a little impromptu usage, ambushing my wife here and there. I don't know. Yeah, she loves that. Wink, wink. But this surprised me all around. And I hope this is a positive first impression that continues on. Because this did not feel like an off-brand. That's the first thing I can say. Quality-wise, as you can hear yourself, I mean, this has a mag in it with some darts. I hear the batteries more than anything. So that's a good sign. No creaks, no nothing. Everything's locked together. It feels solid. This thing feels like something from, say, X-Shot, Dart Zone, Nerf. This feels right in line with them, which is nice to see from a newer company on Amazon. Because Amazon is hit or miss. Now, quality left me with a good impression. Ergonomics also leave me with a very good impression. This thing is fully ambidextrous with, of course, you have an independent rev trigger, main trigger, and here is your mag release. Right here. This is the mag release. That's ambidextrous, and that is very intuitive. Just push forward, mag, done. Nice. More companies should do that. Put the mag release where your firing hand, whether you're right-handed, whether you're left-handed. I'm ambidextrous myself, so it doesn't matter, but put it where your firing hand can get to it, because that leaves your other hand free for the mag change. Makes sense. They have theirs in a great spot. So I'm impressed all around with that. Now, performance-wise, let's talk a bit about this, because this is a two-edged sword. One edge is ultra sharp, ready to use. The other side needs sharpened. Now, they give you 100 of their darts. Nice touch. Also including the batteries is another nice touch. But the 100 darts that they include are a problem. And I do have to mention it, because even if somebody sends me something for free, you're going to get an honest review. And this right here is the downfall of the whole package. Now, of course, it's 100 darts. Any of us who are blaster enthusiasts have our own stash of darts. That's not a problem. You can throw in a whole other set of darts into this thing and it changes the blaster tenfold. With these, I was averaging 59.5 feet per second. That's horrendous. I throw my normal mix of darts. Everything from worker full lengths to Nerf Elites, Buzzbee, Precise Pros, long distance, X-Shot XLs, yada yada yada, everything. I test like probably a dozen different types in a big bin, firing them through the chronograph. My chronograph's got a net, recycle them, keep doing it. I was getting 77 to 82 feet per second with, you know, your normal mix of darts that we all typically use, compared to 59.5. So what was the issue? Because the blaster itself showed that it's capable of good performance. You know, you're running 77 to 82, you know, quick math there, that is a total of an average 79.5 feet per second, counting all dart types. Very, you know, solid performance. I would call that very solid performance. In this day and age, 80 feet per second roundabout is not something insane, but it's very good. Certainly outdoes Nerf, with this being basically at price points equal to Nerf, which, you know, that's okay. An off-brand can be the same price as a name brand if they meet or beat the standard of that brand. So why were the performance numbers so bad with these? Well, it's the tip. It's 100% the tip. This is a rock-hard plastic tip, which means user of the blaster suffers and their targets suffer, because that's no fun to get hit by a rock-hard tip. And when I say this isn't FVJ stuff, this is harder than FVJ. It feels like your typical plastic, like this is made out of. So for flywheelers, that's doomsday, because of course flywheelers rely on crush with the counter-rotating wheels, crushing the dart just a little bit to get grip and fling it. Well, plastic doesn't crush. At least, not unless you put it on a hydraulic press and run a YouTube channel crushing things. I know, it's interesting. But these make the flywheel suffer, because as soon as that tip hits it, it bogs it way down as they're trying to get that through, and then they try to speed back up as the foam goes through, which they can crush and get traction on, and then they can fling it out. Well, when you run anything else through, like I was running men guns for a while, and just another generic brand, you know, men gun waffle tips, you can get them anywhere for like a dime a dozen. Like, actually, maybe cheaper than a dime a dozen. But they were firing through it around about 80 feet per second compared to 59, which that's a huge, huge difference to everybody. 20 some feet per second is highly noticeable. So the darts, do not use these. That is, so far now, then each of the blasters come with these darts, so I have to mention this. Hopefully Big Power Electric can correct that and include some better darts, because the blaster's worthy of it. But it is your typical semi-auto flywheeler. Simple, straightforward usage. Rev it up, pull the trigger as many times as you want, as fast as you want, and with it backed up by 6 AA's, it doesn't bog down too bad, except for those darts. Those are bad. But the plaster has impressed me. It has. And I have already been testing the other 3 that they sent me, and they all are very nice. And that's a great impression from a new company. If you send me 4 blasters, and I have positive feelings on all 4 with no failures, no flaws, no like Coop says, I have no major malfunctions, jams, or anything with this blaster during my testing, which rang true. Not only for this one, but for all 3 of the upcoming ones as well. So, something to keep your eye on is this company. I hope we see even more from them, because this blaster I absolutely love. Ergonomics, spot on. Quality, on par with name brand. The performance, also on par or better than name brand. And The price at $45 on Amazon, it puts it at the upper end of an off-brand blaster. But if it can back it up and justify it, it might be worth it. And last thing to note, I've checked this thing out with all Nerf accessories. It is completely cross-compatible with everything, including Nerf drums. Don't believe me? 35 round drum, right in place. It's not loaded, but it does cycle and fire just fine out of both 25 and 35 round drums, and even the old 18 round drums. Yes, I have a couple of those still. And that's pretty nice. That not only does this thing work as good as any Nerf flywheeler that you're going to go pick up, you can also use all the Nerf accessories you already have, including the work or aftermarket, yada yada yada. Cross compatibility, always a good thing. And stock quality, great. Ergonomics, great. Performance is good. Everything is solid about this. So if this is the way things are going to go from Big Power Electric, I can feel very comfortable giving them a thumbs up recommendation. So check this out. Link will be in the description, and I have no complaints outside of, obviously, the dart. Oh, and quick little tidbit. These things, they include them. Don't torture yourself. These may look like some sort of safety gear. They're more of a torture device. They dig into your cheeks, your eyebrows, everything. So, noted there. Everything else about this is great, other than the included eye protection torture devices and the darts. But the Big Power Electric Big 531 is a absolute recommendation for me. I hope you feel like checking one of these out. Stay tuned for the next 3 videos that will be coming out that also feature Big Power Electric's products. I know for a fact there's at least one of those that is going to be a surprise to most people. So check that out. This is one of their flagships, but they have a lot more coming. So it's Mug and Shake saying thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.